I am literally about to die, but my parents refuse to let me plan my own funeral because I don't want a Southern Baptist funeral.
I mean, how many times did OP ask if they could plan their own funeral, or are they just beating a dead horse?
I love Sam's his title jokes, right? He always starts us off fresh. It's like a can of Coke, just that sweet, satisfying crack. Well, if it wasn't obvious already from the title, I am dying.
All right. I really shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that was bad. I'm
it's
not
terrible,
laughing.
but also
I'm serious.
I do feel that OP was like going for the humorous angle there. So
I mean, if he was a stand-up comedian, you would have killed.
Yeah. I do not feel the details are super relevant to the issue at hand. But for those who are curious about my ultimate demise, I have cystic fibrosis and have 2 rejected lung transplants.
2?
Oh my God, this poor guy. I've been told there isn't anything else I can do except keep me comfortable in my last few weeks. So this is literally like...
Man literally can't breathe.
And the clock is ticking. He's good God. What a insane situation to be in.
2 lungs. Does that... So wait. Just question. Mm-hmm. Does 2 lungs mean like a set of lungs or I'm 2 lungs?
I feel like he's referencing both all of his lung organs.
So he got 2 when he says he got 2 lung transplants and both failed.
Oh, right. Is it on one lung or
is it like they put both lungs in there and then they're like, so it's a 1 set of lungs. I know I'm getting into semantics.
Yeah,
All right, man's dying. All right, whatever.
He's dying.
He's dying.
His lungs ain't doing so hot.
Yo, but the thing is, has he already breathed his last breath?
Well, obviously not.
Well, if he has no lungs,
but he's still breathing as he's typing this.
How?
He not well, probably. So back to our story here.
Our lay down comedian.
I began my preparations for my funeral and such. And while I was thinking it would be a breath of fresh air, God.
Yo,
okay, he did that on purpose.
Man is doing this on purpose.
I'm sorry,
that's funny, dude. That's funny.
This guy's a comedian. I like it. While it would be a breath of fresh air in this whirlwind of death, I could not have been more wrong. Okay, he's hamming it up. Good for him. Good for him. That's
okay.
This guy is good.
I feel good about laughing.
He's got a good head on his shoulders.
But not good lungs in his, in his lung stomach.
No. It ain't going so good. Now on to the title. My parents are both strict Southern Baptist and want a very traditional funeral. This includes hymns to be sung during the memorial, a casket and a graveside service, a viewing, countless prayers during the memorial, scripture to be read, etc., etc., etc. Oh my gosh, they are just
that going full religious.
Seriously.
What song do you want played at your funeral?
Oh, I don't know actually. I know what song I want at my wedding, but I don't know about my funeral. Highway to Hell. There we go. He's on a highway to hell. Highway to hell.
My God, that is the best funeral song ever. Wow.
It's kind of legendary.
You had that so quick too.
Honestly, I'm impressed myself.
Yo,
I impressed myself.
All right, now we know. Write it into your will.
Honestly,
now
I kind of have to do it, Loki. Like that is kind of perfect now that my issue with this whole religious wedding is, well, everything. I am the complete opposite of my parents. Not religious, curse like a sailor, and drink like the Irish. You name it.
Maybe
I do
that's
it
why
all.
those lungs ain't working.
Yeah, potentially. Everything they are wanting and attempting to plan is not right for me as a person. I've somehow made it to 25 and managed to meet the man of my dreams and marry him, and he is torn.
Dude, 25?
That is so rough.
That sucks.
That is so rough. He wants me to have it exactly as I want it. He just doesn't want to have to deal with my parents after the fact while still actively grieving. That is a tough position, in all honesty. Like, now OP's husband, I would have to deal with the annoyingness of the parents while they are grieving.
Yeah.
That's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
That's kind of a lot.
Would suck.
I have 2 siblings, one of which is a clone of my parents, and one that is a mixture of my parents and myself. I want my service to be full of laughter, funny stories, pictures, upbeat music. My cat, my husband and I are avid cat lovers. I want confetti. I want it all.
Confetti fireworks. want them to blast my body into the moon.
Honestly, that would be awesome. I would, bro. If I could
strap me to
if
a
I
rocket?
could have my cadaver just launched into the air, like I'm not even joking, bro. That is the ultimate way to go. Strap me on Falcon 9 like Elon Musk, and just send it. But more importantly, at my funeral, I want to be cremated and put in a effing cat-shaped urn. That's hilarious.
I love how specific.
Bro, OP has a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
I told my husband I wanted my ashes to be handed out like party favors. So
See? That'd be sick.
Yeah. That's different than eating your fucking cadaver. Those are two separate entities right here, my guy. Those are different things. Not the same.
You're saying
not the same.
You're saying at my funeral you wouldn't eat.
Absolutely not. I would never.
What if it was like, cooked well?
Bro, also like
Gordon
you've
Ramsay
only got so
it.
much meat to go around. Like I'm gonna get like your liver or something.
It would be like a small bit. It would be like a sausage slice.
Yeah, one like chip,
the body of Christ.
A meat chip. Hard pass. Wow. I will never.
Friend.
This is a promise. I will never eat any part of you. I will literally promise you that on my life.
This is bullshit.
I solemnly swear. Do what you want at your funeral. I'll be there.
That's what I want.
I will be there.
You're the same as the conservative parents,
bro. Apparently, I am.
You're not.
If that makes me conservative, I am a god Republican, bro. Because this is crazy.
In many cultures, right?
In many cultures.
Name
one culture where they eat this. Name one culture right now.
There's some culture.
There's somebody out there. Yeah.
There's some like tribe,
some ancient Mongolian tribe or whatever,
or like the Aztecs or something.
I'm sure there's someone in. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but this took a very morbid turn. Very morbid. But yeah, I should not be surprised.
Yeah.
I told my husband I wanted my ashes to be handed out like party favors so my family and friends could take me with them because I love to travel. And he looked horrified. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
What, you would take my ashes?
I would totally take your ashes. I will not eat you, but I will 1,000%. But a little keychain.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think that's a great idea. Because it's like here's someone I love and like a little memento that I get to carry with me. That like, hey, every time I go to unlock my car or my floating Tesla in the future.
What if you get a pepper shaker, half pepper, half my ashes?
Okay. Bro, this man is trying to do anything humanly possible to get me. My parents are absolutely not on board and are essentially planning everything how they want. Attempting to take me shopping for a casket, flowers, picking out my hymns and verses, the whole deal. And I'm obviously not very pleased.
Get a cat-shaped casket.
Bro, actually, do it in the like cat position. Curled up cat position.
I was actually thinking like a mummified Sphinx deal.
I like that. Yeah.
Like
the Sphinx sitting on like the Egyptian. Yeah. I got you. So I guess my question would be, would I be the a-hole if I took control of my own funeral and wrote a will to be followed exactly how I want it? I understand my parents are grieving and I've tried to compromise with a mixture of both my views and theirs, but they just are not having it. I never thought dying would be so effing stressful, and I just want to enjoy the time I have left without leaving a bomb of emotion and disappointment behind. Please help.
You're not the a-hole for sure.
Definitely not.
Definitely not the a-hole.
God, this might be the strongest not the a-hole of all time.
I think the question is like, who's paying for this?
That's a good point.
Because like if OP is writing it in their will, and let's say OP's like husband wants to carry it out, is OP's husband gonna have to pay for everything?
I guess it depends. It depends on how much money OP personally has and exactly what he says in the will. Because my understanding is like it goes to an estate, and then you can tell the lawyer who's like the power of attorney or whatever, like, hey, in this fund, in this Citibank account, 0008, use these funds for $10,000 worth of these items and get this
Does
done.
that mean like the lawyer has to be a party planner for the
Bro, that's a
funeral?
great question.
It seems so complicated.
I honestly, I guess so. Because if you think about it, like at a minimum, the lawyer has to call like a cat urn company.
Yeah.
And like, hey, could you, or find like a funeral organizer that can like do it or something.
Yeah, maybe they could do that. That's so funny.
I don't know. Like, what are the details of?
Hey, if anyone is a funeral planner,
please
let us know.
Please let us know. Or like power of attorney that has to like. Honestly, if you're a power of attorney of like dead people or whatever the term is, I want to know the
attorney of dead people. That sounds like a zombie attorney.
Zombie attorney. I want to know what the weirdest request in a will is.
Or just like funeral homes in general. Like tell us like
what's the weirdest or morticians or whatever. What is your weirdest like funeral request of all? There has to be some crazy ones.
Yeah. Today I effed up by leaving my date alone with my roommates. Roommate's not very trustworthy.
What's going on down there?
Right. I didn't come home last night. I didn't come home alone last night. Ooh. All right, Reddit boy. I had a girl with me. She was confident and cute. And to be honest, I didn't expect someone like her to be interested in spending the night at my place, considering how socially awkward I was during our entire date. Sounds like it checks out for a Reddit boy. My roommate was in the living room when we entered the apartment. I introduced the two of them before excusing myself to use the bathroom. I poop whenever I'm extremely nervous.
Oh, yeah. Poop gang.
Man is not like presenting himself as the most suave character.
He's really not, though.
I don't know why, but it's been like that since I was a kid. For most people, the possibility of sex is usually a source of excitement, but an inexperienced, introverted, and socially inept person like me, it's often the source of anxiety. Hence the pooping. My guy is having a tough time.
Before I get it on, I gotta open up my bowels.
I decided to have a quick shower afterwards. Wash away whatever traces there were of my nervous reaction on the toilet. Oh my God, I feel bad for this guy. I must have been in the bathroom for more or less 30 minutes. 30 minutes?
It's a bit much.
That's a long time.
That's a lot of much, actually.
Yeah, like you have your date come in and they're waiting for 30 minutes.
Just go squeeze it out and then just get to scrubbing.
Yeah. You know? I knew it was weird to disappear like that, and I was totally prepared to awkwardly explain my absence. What, I needed to poop and then wash the poop off? I don't know what you say. However, when I returned to the living room, I realized no explanation was necessary. My date was sound asleep in my roommate's arms while he was still wide awake. And as soon as he saw me, he did the finger in front of his lips, like the shush thing. I had no idea what the two of them did in the short amount of time I was gone, but I smelled weed and I noticed glow-in-the-dark yo-yo toys and hula hoops, which explained why the room was darker than before. Then my roommate suggested I smoke some weed to pass time. I ended up smoking too much weed and eventually fell asleep on the couch. This morning when I woke up, my roommate and my date were no longer in the living room. My first instinct was to check my roommate's room, and there they were, sleeping together. Most of their clothes were on the floor, except the underwear.
We stand a toxic king.
Yo, yikes.
That is terrible.
Yikes. Dude, the roommate swooped hard.
Dude, like in 30 minutes, just crushed him.
Wow.
Just destroyed. This poor man.
I tiptoed to my roommate's side of the bed and woke him the fuck up. The two of us whispered back and forth like we were discussing highly classified information. I accused him of fucking my date behind my back, which he did, whereas he denied that anything happened and reminded me that he's gay as fuck. Interesting.
See? Plot twist.
That's a plot twist.
Plot twist.
Wait, now I'm confused. Towards the end of our whisper war, I didn't know what to believe anymore. I was too upset to think clearly. By the time my date woke up, my roommate and I were in the kitchen preparing breakfast in silence. Long story short, my date backed up everything my roommate said. Nothing happened between them. Sleeping on the couch was uncomfortable, and my roommate's bed was not. The end. I was outnumbered. In a desperate plea to diffuse the tension, I accepted whatever they said. Call me paranoid, but I'm convinced they fucked, which means a gay guy has more success sleeping with girls than I do.
Bro, OP, you're a king, sir. You know, you take that inner security and pump it up.
Yeah. OP is very insecure.
We stand a pooping king. Okay, that's what we do on this podcast.
If you want to poop before your date, We support you.
Do it quicker. Get some wipes, bro.
But yeah, 30 minutes is way too long.
30
like,
minutes.
dude, you got to push those numbers down.
Yeah.
Those are rookie numbers.